the title of Vivien's speech is Ignorance is Not Bliss. To you, Vivien.
We know the saying, ignorance is bliss. But there are times where this holds true. Ignorance is not bliss. How many people will believe that that's possible? And if you think it's not true, go, eh. So can you show? If you agree, if you disagree, go, eh. I will wait to see.
Both.
There you go. Whoever said both, I would like to see you agree and disagree in the same breath. Nice try. There. We just saw a while ago where we had so many floating ideas. Should we? Shouldn't we? Will we stop? Will we go? Will we do this? Will we do that? If nobody listened and just said in his or her mind, this is what I want, this is what I want, this is what I want, doesn't that sound like a typical disagreement between parents and children, boyfriend and girlfriend, and husbands and wives about mothers-in-law? There is only one rule to solve ignorance is not bliss. And that rule is a 3-step rule. Notice I did not say it. Let me tell you 3 things. How? And the 3 steps are, and you write this down. Step number 1 is ask. Step number 2 is ask. Most important is really step number 3. Ask. Stop coming in to a conversation wanting to tell the other person what you want. Well, I do for you. You want to do that? Well, he or she wants to do the same. So that's what's happening. That is conflict. That's a big word, conflict. C-O-N-F-L-I-C-T. It's very simple. You're not on the same page. And most likely you don't care what the other person wants to say, or cares about. I have learned that there are many ways to do conflict resolution. So what we know is conflict is resolution is getting into with, see, you don't even have to know the words. As a matter of fact, way back in 2009, I had a TV radio show, meaning airing at the same time, called Batas Barangay. So if Jim understands enough Tagalog, Batas means law. Barangay means small town, county. It is, instead of people going to sue each other in the traditional court, it's like in America called small court. That's what we had a show every week. I was part of the show. It was all about conflict resolution. And that is where I learned. You are absolutely foolish to come into any situation with an opening line called, what I want is. At that point in time, nobody's listening. Number 2 is when the mediator or the main facilitator says, what is the problem? And this is so common. Everybody says at the same time, it's Robert, it's Jim, it's Lalita, it's Nadine, it's me. Speak English. The question was, what is the problem? Not who is the problem. What's you just speak English? You're in America. Why is it when people say, what's the problem? Now, I will speak for myself, where I learned, I didn't know the words conflict resolution in childhood. It's called the Mamio syndrome. Whenever the 3 of us would be fighting, my brother and my sister and me, the invisible middle child, Mom would come up and say, what's the problem? And we would all point at each other. It's him, it's her, it's he, it's she. What? Not who. So the best tip I can give you in conflict resolution is what, not who. Now, what I want you to learn is, I've said this time and again. Thank you, Nadine. 5 fingers in 1 palm. You know this by now. Come on, you know the drill. Who, what, why, when, where, how. Before you start any negotiation, conflict resolution, or mediation, you start with who, what, why, when, where, how. And as an investigative journalist, we don't move forward with the case until and unless we have those ingredients. Just like Lalita's lassi. You can't make mango lassi without mango. Gee, that's enough. So before you start, it's called the ping. The finger pointing. Get the 5 who, what, why, when, where, how. And once you've identified that, go deeper into root cause analysis. Ask why 5 times. Why did, how? Ask those questions a while ago. Because he wants to know. That's 1. 2, why does he want to know? Because we're accountable to the college. 3, why are we accountable to the college? So this goes deeper and deeper until you get the 5th why, which is something most likely people will agree upon. So I have given you a crash course on conflict resolution. It can be bloody and boring, which I don't want to do, but that's what we did for a whole year on our show on conflict resolution. This is live with people calling in, screaming at each other. Remember? 5 W's, who, what, why, when, where, how, and 5 Y's, why. And you can see we solved it by I speak last. I listen to everybody, and I'm so mommy, I find a point that's agreeable to most, hopefully all. And with that, before I get, boom, a red card on my face, I'm going to zip it and say it works for me. It works for us. I hope it works for you too. Sending you love from Manila. Mwah, mwah, mwah.
Thank you, Nadine. Well, very, very well done, and some great insights. And you didn't tell us 3 things, so that helps.